So, here we are.
Yeah,
Therapy for me. Thanks for
yes,
taking the time to do it.
yeah,
Um,
of course. What's kind of on your mind today?
it's a blank slate right now. No topic comes to mind.
Uh-huh.
Um, for the time being, well, I guess I'm going to show you my fursuit or what I've got so far.
Hmm.
Just looking at the room. So this is my hand. This will be
Oh, yeah.
the paw. And so the rainbow's going to be on the top too, but then also there's going to be a rainbow tail, and I'll show you just like a glimpse of that. That looks like this.
Oh, wow.
And it's a multi-strung tail. It's 17. And so that way I can promote Zveen. I'm Zvina-tailed. And I'm looking forward. The mask is coming next.
Okay.
But yesterday I set up the desk that I'm going to be putting outdoors. I'm going to be putting it out on in the parking lot, and then dressing up in the fursuit and going out and trying to film people and converse with people. Because I love to film everything. I take every opportunity, including this. So I do film people when it is my right to do so. And so I was thinking I would pay people actually, because I think that I think it's better like this. Like, if you don't like our conversation at the end of the day, you can go home with a paycheck and justify your time spent by saying, "Look at, I'm going to count my dollar bills." And so if I do interviews like that instead of offering nothing as I used to do, then I think people will be more willing. The only thing I fear is that somebody gets $5 or something and then they come back like expecting it and it's the same person over and over. And I don't know how I'll deal with that, because if I'm going to be giving, maybe I'll just make it a one time payment, like a one time interview with each person.
Yeah. What are and we may have talked about this before, so um, my apologies if we did. What do you hope to learn from these interviews, or what do you hope to ask people? I
Well,
guess that's a better start.
yeah, nothing. I want to teach while I'm doing it. So Hunimal, as much as I can, I'd like to make it Nijimal. So I need to teach people Zo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Zote, want, tune, threen, forn, vine, snicks, zveen, ain't, eint, twent. So that's Zo to twent. And that's memorable. You can remember it, but you need to say it. In fact,
Yeah.
ideally, I'd love it if you would say it with me, because that's what I'll be doing the interviews to that end. And I'd love to treat this as a practice session for an interview, because I want to
Yeah.
get good at it. I want to get good at asking people to say Zo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can skip 1 through 6, they're the same. 8 and
Yeah.
9 you can skip, but Sev, and then from 10, that's the other thing. So one of my buddies here, Mark, um, I'm trying to teach him that, and he's having trouble taking it seriously because he views himself as a non mathematical person. But I talked with him a little bit, and he then talked about a checkout line when his bill was just flagrantly different than it should have been. And he was astounded that the person at the cashier was getting that so wrong. And I was like, that's the level of math that I'm at, man. You know, like I'm not, I mean, sev plus 4 is want. Want is 11. That's not going to confuse anybody. You just have to remember sev is not 7 and want is not 11. But 11 used to mean 10 plus 1 and 12 was 10 plus 2. That's why the teens don't start at 10. It should be something like teen, 1 teen, 2 teen, 3 teen, 4 teen, 5 teen, 16, 17. But even decimal doesn't make sense, and it's conquered the world, and I want to replace it with this larger system so that people can get better at those small scale mathematics, because the more you do that, the bigger you can go.
Yeah. So for you, kind of the system that you have is a replacement that makes things easier.
Yes.